Here we have the Homemory 2-pack fairy lights, and this is 20. So these are 20 fairy lights, and this comes with a 2-pack. I have one of the packs right here because I will show you what I did with the other pack. But this is a good amount of fairy lights. It's 20. If you take off this, you'll see like they expand, and I'll show you what I did with them here in just a minute. In the meantime, let's look over what we get though. Okay, so you get 2 of these in the box, 2 of these, 2 remotes, 1 instruction set. Okay, that's what comes in your box when you get it in the mail. So these are battery operated. So what you want to do is open up your battery cartridge. I like to use rechargeable batteries because usually you're using these fairy lights in a location where you're not going to be wanting to take them out of their application and replace the batteries all the time. But if you use rechargeable and you put it on a timer, you'll get 2 to 3 weeks is what I hear. But about 2 I've had mine for a while and I haven't had to replace the batteries. But you'll get 2 to 3 weeks on your timer, and then it will be time to switch them out. So I like rechargeable because I always have some on the charger. That means I can just switch them out that same day and I have light again. And you don't have to keep buying them. So anyway, you put your batteries in and you just see it's like a normal, you put your negative side where the spring is. And close up the case. There's a little switch here, right? But there's also your remote. And so I like to use the remote because it explains to you all of the different functions. Okay, it has 8 functions. And so you need to know which function does what, right? So it'll tell you, I actually have a little thing that tells you what each function does. And I think that I put that down and I don't know where it's at. But anyway, you can experiment to see like it flashes. Like, let me just show you with the button. Okay, there we've got like a continuous stream of flicker. More flicker. There's a bigger one. On, just steady. Get some flashing. Ooh, that's nice, right? Very romantic lighting there. This is if you want to have a dance party. All right, so you've got all of these functions. So these have great applications. Like, a lot of people use them for Christmas time. A lot of people will use them at weddings. So they're really good for things like that. Also, I have a project, and then I'll show you the remote once I show you the project. But I have a project. Just look over here. Here's one application of fairy lights. You see I've made a macrame holder with a fishbowl, put some sea glass in the bottom, and then the lights here. So that makes a really nice sort of warm and glowing example in the living room of how you could use these lights just for everyday use. So it just makes a really beautiful, it's almost like a glowing orb. And the thing I really like about this is that it will last for 6 hours on the timer. So it's 6 hours on and then 18 hours off, right? So if you turn it on around 5 o'clock, about the time you go to bed, it shuts off. You don't even have to do anything. Just the light just comes on, the light goes off, which is really nice if you want a little soft light when you come home. And when you first come in the door, you can put something like this up and it'll be on and ready for you, but you didn't have to leave your light on all day to get that to happen, and you don't have to have some annoying timer somewhere, right? It's just all free. There's no cord because it's battery operated. So this is one application, and again, people do this oftentimes. They put them in mason jars for weddings, or if it's Christmas time, you can put them on your tree because they're nice little lights that really make your tree glow nicely. So here's one application. There are many. Just do a little internet search and you will find all kinds of ideas. But let's go back over to the table and look at the remote, because that's another nice piece to have, because you can see here's the timer. So at 5 o'clock one day, you're going to hit timer. Sorry, I think you have to turn it on first. No, I've forgotten something. You see this? That's protecting the battery. So here we go. So turn it on your timer. Turn it on the function you want. For some reason it's, on. Let's go with that. On. Okay. Turn it on the function you want. Say I just want it on steady. I put it on timer and it flashes to tell me that, okay, your timer has started. So whatever time it is now, 6 hours from now, they'll shut off. 18 hours, they'll come back on again. So it's a really nice function. And then if you don't want the timer, you can just turn them on, pick a function and see how it stays on the last function. So if there's one that you like, say you really like this one and you want this to happen all day long in your house, it's not doing anything. Let's try this one. Say you want this to happen all day in your house. You can leave it on that, put it on timer. Same thing. That'll happen for 6 hours, shut off for 18 and come back on for 6. So I think these have absolutely transformed home decoration and wedding and Christmas type applications. These lights are awesome. I have a little jar here. Like this is another application, right? I could just slip this in here. It's a little bit big, but you can put your lights in on either side of it. You really need a bigger jar. I will tell you they make smaller versions of these lights too, so that would work for this. But it just makes a nice little glowing piece there. I mean, even with nothing but the lid, it's really not bad, right? Even though this is probably a little bit oddly sized for this small of a container. I would suggest maybe a little bit bigger for the 20 lights. But they do have some where you have less lights and a little bit, you can run some of them off 2 batteries instead of 3. So again, something very beautiful for your home. If you're looking to really transform the look of your house and give it a nice warm glow, I highly recommend the Homemory fairy lights. Thank you for watching and good luck.